Working with Metadata Manager, scanning and managing metadata. Scanning metadata. Metadata is stored and categorized into systems and environments. Multiple environments are contained in a system. Environments denote databases, flat files, data models, and therefore contain database objects like tables, columns, views, synonyms, etc. Scanning metadata populates environments in the Data Intelligence Suite from many types of data sources. Topics include scanning metadata, adding tables and columns, deleting tables and columns, scheduling metadata scans, updating table and column properties, validating data, assigning code sets to columns, viewing workflow logs of tables and columns, and associating tables and columns. Click the main menu icon, go to Data Catalog, select Metadata Manager to harvest or scan metadata from data sources. Scanning metadata. Create new environment, right-click on a system node. Scanning metadata from SQL Server. In the new environment page, enter appropriate values in the mandatory fields. SQL Server as a data source type. Add connection parameters. Use test connection to validate connectivity to the database. Save and exit, and the new environment is created and stored in the environment tree. Scan metadata. Once the environment is created and the connection details are in place, we can scan source or target metadata. Right-click the environment node. Metadata scan step 1. Select or unselect appropriate database schema to scan tables, views, or synonyms. Select the metadata scanning options. Press the arrow to move to the next step or X to cancel. Metadata scan step 2. Select or unselect specific tables or views if necessary. Press the Save button to perform the scan or the X to cancel, arrow button to go back. The metadata is scanned successfully and saved under the Environment node. Right-click on the Environment node, Add Table/Component. The Add New Table page appears. Select appropriate values in the fields. Schema name and table name are mandatory. Click Save and the table is added to the environment. Adding columns. Right-click on Table, Add Column or Field. The Add New Column page appears. Select the appropriate values in the fields. Click Save and the column is added to the table. Deleting tables. Right-click on an environment and click Delete Tables or Components. The Delete Table page appears. Select the tables and click Delete. Deleting columns. Right-click on a column and click Delete Columns or Fields. Scheduling metadata scans. Right-click on an environment and click Schedule Metadata Scan. The Job Scheduler page appears. Enter the appropriate values in the fields. Click Schedule to schedule the metadata scan. Metadata scan is scheduled and the scheduled job appears in the Scheduled Jobs tab. Metadata is scanned at the scheduled time and the environment is updated. Updating table properties. Select a table. Click Table Properties tab and the Table Properties page appears. Click Edit and enter the appropriate values in the fields. And note, fields marked with the red asterisks are mandatory. Click Save and the table properties are updated. Updating column properties. Select a column, click Column Properties tab and the Column Property page appears. Click Edit and enter the appropriate values in the fields. Once complete, click Save and the column properties are updated. Validating data. Validate the data in the environment at the table and column levels. The data is validated against the form's table properties or column properties associated with the environment. Right-click on the environment and hover over Validate Data to validate tables and/or columns in the environment. The data is validated. The columns or tables which fail mandatory field criteria are marked with red. The columns or tables which fail regular expression criteria are marked with orange. Export the validations and the report is downloaded in Excel format. Assigning code sets to columns. Click Column, select Valid Values tab, click Assign Remove Code Sets. Select Code Sets and click Save. Assigning code sets to columns. The code sets are saved under the Valid Values tab. Download the Valid Values grid in Excel format. Viewing workflow logs of tables. Select a table, select Workflow Log, and the current workflow log status of the selected table is shown. Expand or hide users and roles to view users and roles assigned to the stages. Export image to download the workflow log image. Viewing workflow logs of columns. Select a column, select Workflow Log tab, and the current workflow log status of the selected table is shown. Expand or hide the users and roles to view users and roles assigned to all the stages. Use Export Image to download the workflow log image. Associating tables. Select the required table. Select Associations tab. Select Asset Type from the drop-down. Click the plus symbol to proceed to the Relationship Association page. The Relationship Associations page appears. Select the relationship name. Select Asset Type. Save, and the asset is added to the table. Add, edit, delete associations. For the asset that was added to the table. Associating columns. Select the required column. Select the Associations tab. Select the asset type from the drop-down. Select the plus symbol to proceed to the Relationship Association page. The Relationship Association page appears. Select Relationship Name. Select Asset Type. And click Save, and the asset is added to the column. Again, add, edit, delete associations for the asset that was added to the column. That's it. For more information, please visit irwin.com.